Hey everybody, it's Sarah from Go Simple Wellness. I wanted to drop in and give you an update on how the Sugar Cravings Challenge has gone for me. So if you recall, I had been at a point where I was really wanting a lot of sweets, especially in that 3 to 4 p.m. time frame each day, and I wanted to do something to get back on track. So I had set myself up with two easy goals for 2 to 3 weeks that I would work on, and then I would be reporting back to you as my accountability coach. So the first goal was to focus on just cutting out desserts. Now, cutting things out is so hard. So I don't really ever suggest cutting things out. I suggest replacing things. So in my case, when I was having a sugar craving, I would revert to something like fresh raspberries that were in my fridge because they're so good this time of year and they're really sweet and they give you that flavor without the kind of the added refined sugars and things like that. These are natural sugars, so they're going to be a little bit easier for your body. So that's how I was able to work through that particular goal, actually. And I had a pretty good success. There were a couple times I had desserts, but most of the time those were with friends, like on a social engagement of some sort. So I really wasn't worried about that. And it was in moderation, of course. So I think for the most part, that goal went really well. My second goal was to change up my breakfast. So if you recall, I was doing more on something of like a cold cereal each day. And I wanted to change it to something on the more savory side of things, just to see if that would change my sugar cravings later in the day. So what I noticed was that it was hard to come up with a savory breakfast option that was frankly quick enough for me in the morning. I like to be able to just get up, have breakfast, and then get going and get started with the rest of my day instead of spending a bunch of time cooking first thing in the morning. So on the days that I was able to eat something more savory, I honestly didn't notice a change in my sugar cravings. So coaching is a process. You can't change habits overnight. It would be so easy for me to fall right back into the dessert habit if I wasn't still staying focused on this goal. So from here, I'm not going to just stop and say, oh, whatever, I've, fixed my sugar cravings. What I'm going to be doing is continuing to limit my desserts. I'm also going to be focusing on my sleep. So I noticed on days where I was getting full night's sleep, so number of hours and quality, I was having less sugar cravings. And that's really a common reason for cravings is just a lack of sleep. So that's something I'm going to be focusing on, and just limiting the number of sugar grams that I'm getting in my food will also be really important. So if you're working towards a health goal that you're just really stuck on, accountability is key. So even me just having to create these videos for you kept me on track. I was thinking, oh man, if I have that brownie, I totally am going to have to report back on this video, and that's going to be just not what I want to do. So that's something that health coaching really brings, is really that accountability. You have me sitting there and saying, okay, where did things go wrong? How are things going well? Really working through this whole process with you and helping you stay on track. And it's so much easier to reach your health goals when you've got somebody partnered with you on this whole journey. So I've got sessions starting up in August with new clients. If you're interested in that, shoot me a note at sarah@gosimplewellness.com and we'll get you started.